Charlie Culverhouse, who is a client advisor with Sterling Seacrest Partners. We're going to be talking about some insurance things today in light of coronavirus. So welcome, Charlie. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you. We're going to dive right into the first question that we have for you today. So a lot of our businesses, thank you. A lot of our businesses are changing the way that they are operating, and sometimes that can have an impact on insurance. So talk to us about some of the things that you're seeing and advice you would give to these business owners.
Yeah, sure. So as the economy largely kind of slowed down and then kind of shut down last week, our small business partners were looking for a vehicle to kind of bridge the gap, right? And one of the places they turned was their insurance policy. I think we all learned pretty quickly that it doesn't respond to this type of pandemic. So then in turn, small business owners do what they do best, and they adapt. And so what we've been trying to work with that group on is that they don't adapt into a place where they're now exposed where they historically were not. And I'll give you a couple of examples. As you see people in the retail world, in the restaurant world, going to delivery service or a curbside pickup where they historically didn't have that before, right? Are they vetting that process appropriately? Are they screening drivers the right way? Are they insured commercially the right way? We just want to make sure that they have not created an exposure for themselves that may in fact be worse than the interruption that they were trying to avoid. Another example might be as more and more people are working from home. In fact, at Sterling Seacrest, we're 100% work from home right now. So, have you taken the right precautions to ensure that you're not creating a cyber exposure for yourself? Do you have people working on personal laptops and sending, company or client information? So those are some steps that, a lot of times we might think are good ideas, and they eventually are, but you still want to protect yourself and your business and your employees in the event that you make a material change to how your business operates from its normal daily operation. So, advice is engage your broker in that process and say, hey, here's what I'm thinking about doing, or here's what I've already done. And make sure that you've, bridged that gap and you don't have any gaps in your current coverage.
Yeah, that's excellent advice. Things that in the midst of everything that's happening as business people, we may not actually think of that. So beware, small business owners and all business owners, to make sure that you have the proper coverages. Okay, next question for you, Charlie. You had sent an email that kind of piqued my interest as well. So we've got the FFCRA, that's the Families First Coronavirus Response Act that was passed, signed by the president, and I know that's making some changes. Can you just hit a couple of highlights for us on that, what business owners may need to know?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's, a package that came out, and it enhances or puts some emergency procedures into place for unemployment insurance, emergency FMLA. And there's some requirements around who's eligible, what you have to do as an employee in terms of now paying partial unemployment claims, what you have to do as an employer in terms of posting your employees' rights in a conspicuous place now. So there's lots to unpack with that. We get into specific questions daily on this. We've got a great kind of warehouse of alerts and explanations by industry on our website. I'll give that out at the end where you can go and reference, or feel free to contact me directly. But back to the small business point, one of their most important assets, if not the most, is their people, right? So this is designed to help them take care of their people, hang on to their people, but it's also a benefit to the employee too. So we want to make sure that the employees are aware of how this is supposed to respond and help them get through this, hopefully short season.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's great. Yeah, we want to make sure that people have access to all those resources. And of course, what I'm hearing you say over and over again is it's worthy of a conversation with your broker because everybody's needs are going to be different. There's no way we could possibly cover every topic in this series, but don't forget about your insurance coverages as you go through this process. So As we begin to wrap up, Charlie, any personal advice? You are a client advisor. You're hearing a lot on the streets. You're getting the questions from businesses. Any personal perspectives or advice that you'd offer to our viewers?
Absolutely, yeah. As a company of just under 200 employees, we fall into this bucket ourselves. So we're going through it just like our clients are. I use this time to, if you find yourself with a little more time and you're having to work from home and, it's slowed down for you, I would say, it's not business as usual, right? But business is still going on. So, use it as a time to show some value to those that you interact with. Don't forget about those that you interact with. I think it's a great time to forget texting and pick up the phone and call somebody, because we've got time to interact, and that's going to help with everybody's mental health and not feeling isolated in times like these. And, secondly, I'd say take some time to make yourself sharper. If there's that continuing education you got to knock out, or a designation, that you're trying to pursue, this is a great time to go and do that. And then, finally for me, and it's tough to kind of embrace this, but if you've got people that you find yourself quarantined with or social isolating with that are important to you, lean into it. And what I said a minute ago, it's a short season. We're all going to come out on the other side of this. And, I don't want to look back personally and say I didn't make the most of my, I say it in quotes, downtime. So I think there's still lots of, hay to be made, and ways to improve yourself, and just enjoy the people that you find yourself around.
That's excellent advice too. Yeah, thank you for that perspective. All right, well, you mentioned a minute ago that there was a website that people could visit to look up some more information that they may need. Any contact information otherwise you'd like to share?
Yeah, obviously, you can go to sterlingseacrest.com, or, feel free to contact me. My information is on the website, or, my phone number, 770-317-2331. If you've got any questions in particular, just to, need some directions to a resource, we're happy to help in any way we can.
That's awesome. I think that's what people need more than anything, to know who to go to, who to talk to make sure that we're all getting through this together. So Charlie, thank you so much for being here for all of our business people. Thank you for all that you do. We're so glad to have you.
You bet, Cindy. We'll do this in person sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Sounds good. Take care.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.